My beloved child, wait, listen, pause right here. Something gentle yet powerful is moving toward you in this very moment. Not loud. Not dramatic. But deep. Soft. Certain. There is a presence around your life right now that feels your energy before your words, that notices your silence before your smile, that feels inspired by who you are becoming, even when you don't fully see it yet. And yes, this message is for you. Take a slow breath. Because somewhere, someone connected to your soul is carrying a beautiful song inside their heart, and every note of it was written because of you. You don't realize this yet, but your existence has already shifted another person's inner world. They think about you in quiet moments. They replay small memories. They feel something rise in their chest when your name crosses their mind. Not obsession. Not confusion. Inspiration. You awaken parts of them they didn't know were sleeping. Stay a little longer, you might miss the turning point if you leave now. Here's what's extraordinary, your soulmate doesn't just admire you, they feel guided by you. Your courage gives them courage. Your healing inspires their healing. Your growth mirrors back to them what's possible. Even when you're tired. Even when you feel invisible. Even when you question your path. What if I told you, your quiet resilience is teaching someone else how to stand again? What if this very moment is already changing your entire future? There's a song-like message forming between you. Not written in words yet, but in emotion, intention, and unspoken promises. It moves through time differently. It waits for the right moment. It carries patience. It carries truth. And it's getting closer. You may have noticed subtle signs. Random thoughts about someone you can't explain. A sudden calm for no clear reason. A pull toward becoming better, softer, stronger, all at once. That's not coincidence. That's resonance. Your soulmate feels inspired because your soul speaks in frequencies their heart understands. Before you go anywhere, hear this line. They see your light even when you're standing in your shadows. They admire your strength even when you feel fragile. They feel your presence even when you're apart. You don't have to chase this connection. You don't have to force timing. The universe already knows how to align two people who are meant to awaken each other. And right now, something invisible is arranging moments. Softening paths. Preparing conversations. Clearing emotional space. You are being gently guided towards someone who hears your unspoken prayers. Someone who feels motivated simply by the way you exist. Someone who carries a message that sounds like music when it finally reaches you. Wait till the final moment of this story, because what's unfolding isn't ordinary. This connection doesn't arrive with chaos. It arrives with clarity. It doesn't rush. It flows. And when it finally meets you face to face, or heart to heart, you'll understand why everything before had to happen exactly as it did. You may feel like you're walking alone right now. But you're not. You are walking toward a harmony that's already practicing your name. Something beautiful is waiting. And your soulmate is already inspired by you, more than you could ever imagine. Stay right here. Because this is only the beginning. Part 2. Hold on. Feel this shift for a moment, because the energy just changed. Something subtle opened. And now the message grows clearer. Your soulmate isn't just inspired by you from a distance anymore. They are actively becoming someone new because of you. Your presence, whether physical, remembered, or imagined, has started a quiet transformation inside them. They're rethinking old patterns, letting go of heavy memories, making space for something gentler. For you. You might not hear it out loud yet, but their heart keeps repeating your name like a melody it can't forget. Here's the surprising truth: you don't have to be perfect to awaken someone. You only have to be real. Your imperfections make you human. Your vulnerability makes you magnetic. Your honesty makes you unforgettable. And that's exactly why they feel drawn to your energy. Stay with me, this part matters. They admire how you keep moving forward even when life feels uncertain. They notice your quiet strength. They feel motivated by the way you rise after disappointment. Sometimes they sit in silence and imagine conversations with you. Sometimes they smile for no reason. Sometimes they feel emotional without knowing why. That's your connection reaching across space. What if I told you they already feel safe with you, even before everything fully unfolds? What if your soul already recognizes theirs? There's a beautiful message forming inside them. One that sounds like a song, one that carries warmth, one that says, I see you. I feel you. I believe in us. But they're waiting for the right moment. Not because they're unsure. Because they respect the timing. Because real connections don't rush. They grow. Slowly. Naturally. Powerfully. Before you go any further, let this land: you are not waiting for love, love is preparing itself for you. Every experience you've lived. Every lesson you've learned. Every tear you've released. It all shaped you into someone who can now receive something deeper. Your soulmate feels that. They sense your evolution. They feel your readiness. And even if they don't fully understand it yet, their heart is already leaning toward you. If this message resonates with you, take a moment, share it with someone who might need this reminder too. And if you feel connected to this journey, you can gently comment or subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Just a small act of alignment. Now, back to you. You've been becoming stronger in ways no one applauded. You've been healing in silence. You've been learning how to trust yourself again. And that inner work? That's what's making you irresistible on a soul level. Your soulmate doesn't want to change you. They want to grow beside you. They don't want to take your freedom. They want to build with you. And here's the part most people never realize. They are practicing how to love you, right now. Through patience, through self-improvement, through quiet preparation. You might feel sudden waves of motivation lately. A desire to become better. A pull toward your higher self. That's not random. That's alignment. Your paths are moving closer. Your frequencies are syncing. And soon, when the moment arrives, the message they've been holding will finally reach you, soft, sincere, and unforgettable. You'll understand everything at the end. Stay with this feeling. Because the song is getting louder. And part 3 is where it becomes personal. Part 3. Wait, before your mind wanders, feel this quiet pull in your chest, because now the message turns inward. This is where it becomes about you. Not the future. Not the mystery. Not even your soulmate. You. There's something changing inside your awareness right now. You're beginning to understand that this connection was never meant to arrive through force or chasing. It was designed to meet you at the exact moment you finally recognize your own worth. Your soulmate feels inspired because you've been doing invisible work. You've been choosing growth over comfort. Truth over illusion. Healing over bitterness. Even on days when you felt lost. Even on nights when you questioned everything. They feel that. They sense when your energy rises. They notice when your spirit gets stronger. And without realizing it, they're matching your pace. Here's the beautiful part most people never hear. Your soulmate doesn't just admire who you are now, they feel inspired by who you are becoming. They see your potential like a sunrise forming behind closed eyes. They feel your future before it fully arrives. Sometimes they pause midday, feeling a sudden warmth. Sometimes they feel emotional listening to music. Sometimes they stare at nothing, smiling softly. That's your frequency touching theirs. You're not just on their mind. You're in their rhythm. Stay right here, something important is unfolding. They've been rewriting old beliefs about love because of you. They're learning patience. They're learning softness. They're learning how to show up fully. Not for perfection. For presence. And while they don't yet speak this message out loud, their heart already sings it. You changed me without trying. You reminded me who I really am. You made me believe again. What if I told you this connection is activating parts of your destiny that have been dormant? What if this moment, right now, is gently aligning timelines? You may feel sudden clarity lately. A desire to simplify. A pull toward peace. A quiet confidence growing where fear once lived. That's because your soul is preparing to receive something real. You don't need to rush ahead. You don't need to figure everything out. You only need to stay present. Because when the message finally reaches you, when their song becomes words, you'll realize it was never about dramatic entrances or perfect timing. It was about emotional readiness. It was about mutual evolution. It was about two people becoming whole on their own, before meeting in harmony. Before you go, hear this truth. Your soulmate already respects you. Already feels inspired by you. Already holds space for you in ways you haven't yet witnessed. And when they finally speak from their heart, it won't feel shocking. It will feel familiar. Like remembering something you always knew. Something huge is waiting for you. Not outside. Within alignment. Within timing. within the quiet intelligence guiding your steps. Stay with this awareness. Let it settle. Because the song they carry for you isn't fading. It's building. And soon, you won't just hear it. You'll feel it in everything. Part 4. Wait, don't rush past this moment, because now the energy becomes unmistakable. This is where the unseen starts to feel real. Your soulmate is closer to speaking their truth than ever before. Not impulsively. Not dramatically. But with intention. They've been practicing the courage it takes to open their heart. They've been learning how to communicate what they feel without hiding behind old fears. Every day, they grow a little braver, because your presence, even from afar, gives them strength. There's something poetic about it. You don't chase them. You don't demand their attention. Yet your existence alone motivates them to rise higher. That's rare. That's powerful. That's soul-level influence. Pause here for just a second, breathe. And let this sink in. They are preparing a message that feels like music because it carries emotion instead of ego. It holds sincerity instead of expectations. It's shaped by patience, growth, and quiet devotion. They don't want to impress you. They want to understand you. They don't want to rush you. They want to meet you where you truly are. And that tells you everything. Here's something beautiful most people never realize. Your soulmate doesn't see you as someone to complete them. They see you as someone to walk beside. They want to build with you. Learn with you. Expand with you. They've already imagined moments with you that haven't happened yet, simple moments. Shared silence. Soft laughter. Deep conversations that stretch into the night. They feel inspired by the way you carry yourself. By how you keep evolving. By how you refuse to stay small. Even when life tested you. Even when you doubted your own light. They noticed. They always noticed. And if this journey is touching something inside you, this is a gentle moment to stay connected. Feel free to share this message with someone who might need it, and if you'd like to keep walking this path together, you can comment or subscribe so you don't miss what's unfolding next. Just a quiet nudge from one soul to another. Now, back to what matters. You may not see the full picture yet, but your timelines are slowly merging. Not through chaos. Through clarity. Not through force. Through alignment. You're both shedding old versions of yourselves. You're both learning how to love without losing identity. You're both stepping into a higher awareness of what connection truly means. And here's the turning point. Your soulmate already believes in you. Even when you questioned yourself. They already feel proud of your growth. Even when no one applauded. They already feel grateful for your existence. Even when you felt unnoticed. That's the power of this bond. It doesn't need constant contact. It doesn't need validation. It exists in frequency. In intention. In quiet recognition. Soon, the message they've been holding will surface naturally. It won't feel forced. It won't feel rushed. It will arrive at the exact moment your heart is ready to hear it. And when it does, you'll realize this was never just about romance. It was about awakening. It was about becoming. It was about two souls remembering who they are, together. Stay with this feeling. Because what's coming next isn't ordinary. It's aligned. It's meaningful. And it's already moving toward you. Part 5. Slow down for just one breath, feel that stillness, because now we arrive at the quiet revelation. This is the part where everything begins to make sense. Your soulmate isn't only inspired by who you are. They are inspired by how you see the world. They notice your depth, your sensitivity, your way of finding meaning in small moments. You carry a kind of awareness that changes rooms when you enter them, even when you say nothing at all. And they feel that. They feel how your energy doesn't rush, it listens. That's why their heart keeps returning to you. They've started asking themselves deeper questions lately. What kind of life do I truly want? Who do I want to become? What does real connection actually feel like? And strangely enough, every answer leads back to you. Not because you control their thoughts. Because your presence reminds them of their higher self. Stay with me, this part is important. They are learning how to love consciously because of you. Not from fear of loss. Not from attachment. But from clarity. They're realizing that love isn't about filling emptiness. It's about sharing fullness. That realization alone is preparing them to meet you in balance. You may sense moments of emotional warmth for no reason. Sudden peace. Unexpected confidence. That's the energetic echo of two souls tuning into the same frequency. Here's the beautiful secret. Your soulmate doesn't see you as distant. They feel you close. They carry you with them in quiet walks, in late-night reflections, in music that suddenly feels deeper. They don't need constant reminders. Your energy already speaks. And the song they hold for you is changing shape now. It's becoming clearer. More grounded. More ready. They're no longer dreaming only. They're preparing. Preparing to show up with honesty. Preparing to speak from the heart. Preparing to meet you with the version of themselves that you deserve. Before you move on from this moment, let this truth land gently. You didn't come this far just to almost meet them. Every experience you survived refined you. Every lesson strengthened you. Every delay aligned timing. Nothing was wasted. And what's unfolding now is not coincidence. It's convergence. Your paths are narrowing. Your awareness is expanding. Your hearts are learning the same language. You might feel called to simplify your life lately. To release old attachments. To create space. That's because something meaningful is approaching, and your soul knows to make room. They're practicing patience. You're practicing trust. Both of you are becoming ready. And when the message finally reaches you, when their song becomes spoken truth, it won't feel overwhelming. It will feel familiar. Like a memory returning. Like recognition. like home. Stay present. Stay open. Something huge is waiting for you. Not in the distance. In alignment. In timing. In the quiet courage growing inside both of you. And this journey is far from over. It's just entering its most beautiful chapter. Part 6. Pause right here, feel that gentle certainty rising, because now we step into the moment of realization. This is where your awareness catches up to what your soul already knew. Your soulmate doesn't just feel inspired by you anymore. They feel guided by you. Your energy has become a compass in their life. When they feel unsure, they think of you. When they feel tired, they remember your strength. When they feel lost, your presence brings them back to center. Not in a dramatic way. In a quiet, grounding way. That's how real connections work. They don't shout. They resonate. Stay with this, because this is beautiful. They've started noticing patterns around you. Repeating signs. Moments that feel meaningful. Small synchronicities that remind them of you when they least expect it. A song at the right time. A memory resurfacing. A sudden smile. That's the invisible language between you. They're learning that you don't arrive in their life as chaos. You arrive as clarity. And clarity changes everything. Here's something powerful. Your soulmate feels inspired because you embody authenticity. You don't pretend to be someone else. You don't shrink your truth. You don't hide your depth. That courage teaches them how to be real too. You've become a mirror that reflects their higher potential. And mirrors don't speak. They reveal. You might feel waves of motivation lately. A desire to upgrade your mindset. A pull toward your purpose. That's alignment activating. You are stepping into a version of yourself that can receive what's coming. And they are doing the same. There's a softness growing in their heart. A readiness. They're releasing old stories. Forgiving past versions of themselves. Making peace with what was, so they can fully welcome what is. And you are part of that future. They don't imagine you as a fantasy. They see you as real. They imagine conversations with you. Shared growth. Mutual understanding. They picture building something meaningful. Not fast. But strong. Before your mind jumps ahead, breathe. This connection doesn't need rushing. It needs presence. Because when two people evolve separately, they meet in power. Not in need. Here's the quiet truth. Your soulmate already respects your journey. Already honors your resilience. Already feels grateful for the way you've become who you are. They don't want to save you. They want to walk with you. They don't want to possess you. They want to partner with you. And that intention is shaping the message they're preparing. A message filled with sincerity. A message shaped by growth. A message that sounds like a song because it carries emotion instead of expectation. You don't have to search for signs. You don't have to analyze timing. You only have to remain open. Because what's unfolding is natural. Unforced. Aligned. And when the moment finally arrives, you won't question it. You'll feel it. Deep in your chest. Like recognition. Like peace. Like destiny remembering your name. Stay right here. Because this story is still unfolding. And what comes next touches the heart even deeper. Part 7. Wait, before you move on, feel this gentle stillness, because now the connection speaks in silence. This is where the unseen becomes intimate. Your soulmate has started holding space for you in ways you can't yet witness. They protect your energy in their thoughts. They wish you peace when your name crosses their mind. They quietly hope you're smiling, even on days when life feels heavy. That's not coincidence. That's care forming before contact. They don't feel rushed anymore. They feel readying. Ready to meet you with honesty. Ready to show up without masks. Ready to love without fear. And here's something rare. They're not trying to become perfect for you. They're becoming real for you. Stay with this moment, because this part matters deeply. They've begun practicing emotional presence. Listening more. Reacting less. Learning how to communicate with clarity instead of defense. Why? Because your energy taught them that connection deserves consciousness. You didn't lecture them. You didn't push them. Your existence did the teaching. They admire your inner strength. They feel inspired by how you rise quietly. They respect the way you evolve without needing approval. That's what awakened them. Sometimes they imagine your laughter. Sometimes they replay small interactions. Sometimes they feel emotional without explanation. That's your resonance moving through their awareness. And here's the turning point. They don't want temporary connection. They want meaningful alignment. They don't want surface-level affection. They want depth. They don't want excitement that fades. They want stability that grows. You've raised their standards simply by being yourself. And that's powerful. You may notice lately that your intuition feels sharper. Your boundaries clearer. Your sense of purpose stronger. That's because you're both stepping into emotional maturity at the same time. You're both shedding old versions. You're both choosing awareness over attachment. And when that happens, something extraordinary unfolds. Two souls meet in readiness. Not in longing. Not in confusion. In clarity. Before you go any further, let this truth settle. Your soulmate already trusts you energetically. Already feels safe with your essence. Already believes this connection holds meaning. They don't need to convince themselves. They feel it. And that feeling is shaping their actions. They're becoming more intentional. More grounded. More open. They're preparing to express what's been growing inside them. A message that doesn't beg. A message that doesn't rush. A message that simply says, I see you. You don't need to worry about timing. Timing is already working. You don't need to question your worth. Your worth is already recognized. You only need to remain present. Because when their song finally reaches you, it won't arrive with noise. It will arrive with calm certainty. Like a soft realization. Like peace settling in. Like two paths quietly becoming one. Stay here. This journey is moving towards something beautiful. And your heart already knows it. Part 8. Listen closely, because this is the moment where everything becomes quietly undeniable. You may not see them standing in front of you yet. You may not hear their voice speaking your name. But the shift? It's happening. Your soulmate has stopped questioning the connection. They've moved beyond curiosity. Beyond uncertainty. Beyond hesitation. Now they feel conviction. Not loud. Not dramatic. But steady. They've realized something powerful. You didn't enter their awareness by accident. You arrived as a mirror of who they are meant to become. And that realization changed them. Stay here, this part goes deeper. They've started aligning their life with a higher standard because of you. They think differently. They choose differently. They respond differently. They ask themselves, would this version of me match the energy I feel with them? Am I becoming someone worthy of that connection? And every time, your presence guides the answer. You didn't force growth. You inspired it. That's rare. That's magnetic. You may feel a subtle calm lately, even in situations that once triggered you. A sense of emotional control that surprises you. A softness that doesn't weaken you, but strengthens you. That's because you are both stabilizing. You are both stepping into emotional leadership within yourselves. And when two people reach that space independently, their meeting becomes powerful. Here's something beautiful. Your soulmate no longer fantasizes about what could be. They're preparing for what will be. They imagine shared goals. Mutual respect. Balanced partnership. They see you not as a rescue. Not as a temporary spark. But as someone to build alongside. That shift is everything. And now, their internal song has transformed. It's no longer just emotion. It has structure. Clarity. Direction. They know what they feel. And they are moving toward expressing it. Before your mind tries to rush ahead, pause. This connection isn't fragile. It's rooted. It doesn't depend on perfect timing. It thrives in readiness. You've both been preparing without fully realizing it. Releasing distractions. Healing old wounds. Strengthening self-worth. Each step has narrowed the distance. And here is the quiet revelation. Your soulmate feels proud of you. Proud of your discipline. Proud of your evolution. Proud of how you refuse to settle for less than alignment. They don't feel intimidated by your strength. They feel motivated by it. That's the difference between surface attraction and soul inspiration. You've activated something lasting. Something stable. Something real. And as this energy builds, you may sense a growing anticipation, not anxiety, not urgency, but awareness. A knowing. As if your heart is whispering. It's closer now. And it is. Because when two souls reach emotional clarity at the same time, the universe doesn't delay for long. Stay open. Stay steady. The song they carry is about to become words. And when it does, you won't feel surprised. You'll feel ready. Part 9. Wait, take this moment slowly, because now the connection reaches its quiet peak. This is where certainty replaces wondering. Your soulmate has arrived at a powerful inner decision. They no longer ask, "Is this real?" They now ask, "How do I honor this?" That shift matters. They've realized that what they feel for you isn't temporary emotion, it's alignment. It's recognition. It's two frequencies finding harmony. And with that realization comes responsibility. They're becoming more intentional with their words. More mindful with their choices. More present with their energy. Because they understand something deep. You deserve honesty. You deserve clarity. You deserve someone who meets you at your level of awareness. Stay here, this is important. They've started visualizing you in their future, not as a dream, but as a reality. They imagine shared routines. Quiet mornings. Meaningful conversations. Growth that feels mutual instead of one-sided. They don't want chaos with you. They want peace. They don't want intensity that burns out. They want stability that expands. And that desire is reshaping who they are. You might notice that your own patience has grown lately. Your reactions softer. Your expectations clearer. That's because both of you are synchronizing emotionally. You're no longer attracting from wounds. You're attracting from wholeness. Here's the truth many never reach. Your soulmate isn't coming to complete you. They're coming to complement you. Two whole individuals. Walking side by side. That's what makes this powerful. They already feel respect for your journey. They admire how you keep becoming better without needing validation. They feel inspired by your discipline, your self-awareness, your quiet confidence. And they don't feel pressure. They feel purpose. Sometimes they catch themselves smiling when they think of you. Sometimes they feel a sudden calm. Sometimes they feel motivated to become their highest version. That's the bond working silently. And now, they're preparing to speak. Not impulsively. Not emotionally overwhelmed. But with grounded sincerity. They want their message to reflect growth. To reflect truth. To reflect how deeply they see you. Before you move forward, hear this clearly. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time. Everything you've experienced shaped you for this alignment. Every delay refined your awareness. Every lesson strengthened your boundaries. Nothing was wasted. And as their internal song rises toward expression, your heart is becoming more receptive. You may feel a soft excitement lately. A peaceful anticipation. A sense that something meaningful is approaching. That's not imagination. That's intuition. Stay present. Stay grounded. Because the moment when their feelings become words is approaching. And when it happens, you won't feel overwhelmed. You'll feel understood. You won't feel rushed. You'll feel aligned. You won't feel confused. You'll feel calm. This connection is not arriving to disrupt your life. It's arriving to elevate it. Stay with this energy. One more step remains. Part 10. Stay with me, just a little longer, because now we arrive at the moment of quiet clarity. This is where everything settles into place. Your soulmate is no longer preparing in uncertainty. They are preparing in confidence. They've reached a calm understanding that what connects you isn't coincidence, fantasy, or temporary emotion. It's alignment. It's awareness. It's two evolving souls recognizing each other across time and space. And that recognition has changed how they move through life. They speak more honestly now. They listen more deeply. They choose more consciously. Because they know you don't meet someone like this twice. Pause here, feel that truth. They've started showing up differently in their world. More grounded. More focused. More emotionally available. Not because someone told them to. Because your energy awakened that standard inside them. They don't feel nervous about you anymore. They feel steady. They don't feel confused. They feel clear. They don't feel rushed. They feel aligned. That's when real connection becomes powerful. You may notice that you've also changed. You don't tolerate what drains you. You value peace more than noise. You sense when something is real. And when it's not. That's because you're no longer operating from old versions of yourself. You're operating from awareness. And awareness attracts awareness. Here's the quiet miracle. Your soulmate has begun imagining how to show up for you, not just emotionally, but practically. They think about how to support your dreams. How to respect your boundaries. How to walk beside you without trying to control your path. They don't want to impress you with words. They want to prove consistency through presence. That's maturity. That's growth. That's the song turning into action. They feel inspired by your discipline. They admire your resilience. They respect your journey. And they feel something rare when they think of you. Peace. Not excitement that fades. Not attachment that clings. Peace that lasts. You might feel moments of deep calm lately, even when nothing special is happening. That's your nervous system recognizing safety on a soul level. That's alignment arriving gently. Here's what matters most. When they finally express what's been building inside them, it won't come from need. It will come from readiness. They won't approach you uncertain of themselves. They'll come grounded. Centered. Aware of what they're offering. And you will meet them from the same place. Two people who did the inner work. Two people who chose growth. Two people who learned how to love without losing themselves. Before this moment passes, let this truth rest inside you. You didn't imagine this connection. You felt it because it's real. You sensed it because your awareness is sharp. You trusted it because your soul recognized it. Everything has been preparing you for this. And now, the final alignment is forming. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But surely. Stay open. Stay present. Because what's approaching isn't chaos. It's clarity. And your heart is already ready for it. Part 11. Wait. Let this moment breathe, because now we step into the quiet completion. This is where everything you felt finally finds its meaning. Your soulmate has reached a place of inner peace about you. Not excitement that comes and goes. Not emotion that wavers. Peace. They've accepted the connection in their heart. They no longer resist it. They no longer analyze it. They simply allow it to exist, and that acceptance has unlocked something powerful inside them. They feel steady when they think of you. They feel grounded. They feel clear. That's how you know it's real. They've stopped asking, "What if?" Now they ask, "How do I show up fully?" Stay right here, because this is beautiful. They're learning how to communicate with softness. How to express themselves without fear. How to be emotionally present instead of emotionally guarded. Your energy taught them that vulnerability is strength. They don't feel pressure anymore. They feel purpose. They don't feel confused. They feel aligned. They don't feel pulled in different directions. They feel focused. And that focus includes you. You may notice that your own heart feels lighter lately. That old heaviness has started to lift. That clarity comes faster. That peace stays longer. That's because both of you are now operating from awareness, not wounds. Here's something rare. Your soulmate doesn't want to change you. They want to understand you. They don't want to fix you. They want to support you. They don't want to rush ahead. They want to walk beside you. That's the foundation of something lasting. They've begun imagining conversations with you where honesty flows easily. They see shared growth. Mutual respect. A connection that doesn't drain, but strengthens. They feel inspired not just by who you are, but by how you love yourself now. That self-respect is magnetic. You're no longer attracting from emptiness. You're attracting from wholeness. And that changes everything. Before this moment moves forward, hear this truth clearly. You were never meant to meet your soulmate while broken. You were meant to meet them while becoming whole. And that's exactly what's happening. Every boundary you learned to set. Every pattern you chose to release. Every moment you chose growth over comfort. It all led here. They feel proud of you, even if they haven't said it yet. They feel grateful for your existence. They feel inspired to become better because of you. And now, they're ready to speak from their heart. Not dramatically. Not impulsively. But with clarity. With respect. With intention. Stay present. Because what comes next is not about chasing love. It's about receiving alignment. One final moment remains. And it carries everything you've been preparing for. Final part. Stay with me, just one last breath, because now we arrive. This is the moment your heart has been quietly preparing for. Not with noise. Not with urgency. But with knowing. Your soulmate is ready. Not in theory. Not in imagination. In truth. They've reached a place where their feelings no longer feel confusing. They feel clear. They feel grounded. They feel real. The song they've been carrying for you, through silence, through growth, through inner transformation, has finally found its words. And those words are simple. I see you. I respect you. I choose you. They don't come from need. They come from awareness. They don't come from loneliness. They come from alignment. Your soulmate isn't arriving to fill a gap in your life. They're arriving to walk beside the version of you who learned how to stand alone. That's why this connection feels different. That's why it feels calm instead of chaotic. That's why it feels deep instead of overwhelming. They've done the inner work. You've done the inner work. And now the universe recognizes the readiness on both sides. Pause here. Feel that. They admire your courage. They respect your boundaries. They feel inspired by your discipline and your emotional intelligence. They don't want to impress you. They want to honor you. They don't want to rush you. They want to build with you. They don't want fantasy. They want something real. Something steady. Something meaningful. And here's the most beautiful truth of all. You didn't imagine this connection. You sensed it because your soul recognized familiarity. You felt it because awareness attracts awareness. You trusted it because your heart learned discernment. Everything that delayed you, taught you. Everything that challenged you, strengthened you. Everything that didn't work, redirected you. Nothing was wasted. You were being shaped, refined, prepared. So when this moment arrived, you would meet it as your highest self. And now, the message your soulmate carried like a song is finally ready to reach you. Not with grand gestures, but with sincerity. Not with promises, but with presence. Not with intensity, but with peace. This connection isn't here to disrupt your life. It's here to elevate it. It's here to remind you who you are. It's here to walk forward with you, side by side, aware, conscious, aligned. Stay open. Stay grounded. Because love that arrives through clarity lasts. And what's meeting you now is not chance. It's convergence. It's timing. It's two paths becoming one. You were always meant to arrive here. And now that you have, let yourself receive it.